Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Cinder Skater here, and welcome to First Try Fridays episode number 10. Yes, we are 10 episodes in to FTF for Call of Duty WW2. For those of you new to the channel, this is a series I do every single Friday, where you guys leave a WW2 class down below in the comments. You can be as creative or as basic with this class as you want. Pick my weapons, attachments, divisions, basic training, score streak. Pick the game mode, change my control settings, give me a challenge to do, change sensitivity, give me a commentary topic, whatever. Leave everything down below, package in the comments. Then I go in and pick one of the classes at random and use it in my very first game of WW2 for the day, and then we upload and commentate to that gameplay no matter what. I can go 22-1, I can go 0-39, no matter what. You guys see the raw, uncut gameplay. It's a pretty fun, interactive series to do. So for this week, we only had one class suggested, which is from Andy is Average, who wanted me to hip fire only using the Waffe-28 heroic variant. The oil can variant, I believe, is what I'm using, with steady aim and extended mags. The M1911, which I got the heroic variant of that last night in a stream, or 2 nights ago in a stream, which I'm using in this gameplay with steady aim and the high caliber attachments. I'm going to say right now I changed your class up a little bit to fit its original intent because the recent divisions update changed the way some of the classes work. You wanted me to use the resistance division. I believe this was to get that extra pistol attachment, but that perk has been moved to the infantry division, which is why we're using infantry instead, which gives me an extra primary attachment, and then also the recent update, they gave each and every weapon extra attachment slot too, so I have 2 extra attachments, which are rapid fire and advanced rifling on my Waffe. The rest of the class, we got the duelist, basic training, the signal flare, also have the bouncing Betty equipped because we have to use one of those too, and then he wants me to play free for all. Also, score streaks I'm using are the UAV, CUAV, and fighter pilot. And overall, we went 30-6 playing free for all on the London docks. This is one of my better First Try Fridays gameplay. We done turned up, held down some areas of the map, and we're just like rapid fire killing people with some good action in this gameplay, so you guys should be pretty entertained. That's pretty much all I have to say. This is a pretty short gameplay, so I'm not sure what else we'll be playing when this gameplay is done, because I'm pretty sure this video will be a little bit longer. And I'm going to have to apologize again, Andy, because we're not going to be able to get to your topic you suggested this week, because we have to follow up on last week's episode and wrap up that discussion on whether World War II is the worst Call of Duty or not. So before we get into that, if you guys hadn't already, leave your First Try Fridays class down below in the comments. We need the class comments to keep the series going every Friday, so be sure to do that. You can, again, just pick one gun, make it as complex as you want, do whatever. It's all up to you. So, if you guys didn't see last week's First Try Fridays, probably should watch it before watching this one, because we covered the good and bad aspects of World War II multiplayer. It's kind of funny because some of those negative aspects I listed in that video were addressed in the recent Divisions overhaul update. They added more depth, more longevity to the game with this update. Not to say that everything is fixed, there's still issues in the game for sure, but the update made me look at World War II in a much more positive light for sure. One thing I began to get into but didn't really finish up was about the supply drop system in the endgame loot, which needs a rework in World War II, and this revolves with multiplayer. I could talk forever about this, but simply put, weapon variants are one of the main incentives in World War II in the endgame, and there aren't many distinct, cool-looking weapon variants that make you like, yo, I want to get that, like something really awesome. Like the MG15 Blade 2 and one of the P08 variants are the only 2 that pop up. I'm like, man, I want those. Those look different and cool. And I think that's a downside. Personally, my favorite loot system in Call of Duty so far is Infinite Warfare's. I like their salvage system and their weapon variants. They did have stat changes, but it made the weapons unique and made them desired and sought after. In World War II, that feeling is absent in this game. I know people prefer the cosmetic variants over the stat change one because of quote-unquote unfairness and weapon balance and stuff, but I don't think the weapon variants currently in World War II are working. They need to find some middle ground or do something else or make some cooler weapon variants to entice people to play more. So with that out of the way, let's get on to the other aspects of World War II, because you can't rate the game as a whole just on the multiplayer. You gotta talk about the other features of the game, like zombies, which I'm not interested in at all. I think it's understood that the community is not fond of World War II zombies as a whole. I mean, there's some good aspects to it, but you know, it's different and scary looking and stuff, but I just can't get into it that much. I'd rather play Black Ops 3 Zombies. Enough of that. Moving on to campaign. You gotta talk about the campaign too. It has good story, some memorable stuff, but while it was memorable, it wasn't necessarily memorable, if that makes any sense. I respect the accuracy of the story, and the Band of Brothers thing is very touching and well executed. but it is a rehashed story. I think this is why I don't find it memorable. It's this like Band of Brothers story, the Saving Private Ryan type of story. Like if you guys are, I guess, younger and haven't seen, you know, the classic World War II movies and storylines, maybe this was like a completely new story for you and you don't see it this way. But for me, there was like no new twist to that classic story, and I can easily get it mixed in with like Saving Private Ryan and other things. And also gameplay-wise in World War II campaign, they didn't really introduce any new aspects to the campaign game. There were not groundbreaking new features, with the exception of squad play and calling in on your squads. But besides that, there wasn't much. It was kind of meh compared to other campaigns. I know like Call of Duty Ghosts had the dog and leaning and swimming and things like that. Black Ops 3 had the whole like customization and all that stuff, and the Infinite Warfare had the hub and everything. World War II was just like a linear gameplay without any new gameplay features. So that kind of put it towards the bottom of the campaign list for me. Like, Ghost is down there as well. Between those two for the worst campaigns, at least, in my opinion, I think Ghost ranks above it because, thinking back, you know, I don't necessarily remember the story, but I remember the cool game mechanics, like going underwater, like I said, for the first time in Call of Duty, I think. The space mission was awesome. Again, the dog. Now I'm actually remembering the story. You had, like, Rourke and the twins, I think, and the flooding mission, that satellite attack mission. Actually, this some cool stuff. And with that, I think I'm going to say that World War II may be the worst campaign. Although I know people aren't going to think that because it's a good story and stuff. But just in my opinion, I want some new, fresh stuff. It was a good campaign, but nothing, when I look back on it, it's not going to be like, man, that was really, really cool or classic. Like Modern Warfare 2, though. I don't know. If you guys know me, you know what I'm talking about. But I know some people will bring up the Black Ops 3 campaign. While it wasn't the best narrative, chronological, story-driven campaign, it did have so many features and, you know, new challenges to do and stuff that added hell replayability to it, which is why I rank it towards the higher of the Call of Duty or not towards, but towards the middle of the Call of Duty campaigns. So with that all said, let's finally go through each of the Call of Duty games chronologically. I'll give them a quick rating so you can see where I'm coming from for my final World War II evaluation as of right now. Is it the best? Is it the worst? Is it okay? We'll see. So Call of Duty's 1 through 3, didn't play them, can't say anything about it. Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare Remastered, I'd say it's like a good to neutral Call of Duty. World at War, haven't played it, but people seem to like it, so I could say it's good. But again, I haven't played it, so I can't say anything. Modern Warfare 2, good Call of Duty, but not a contender for the best for me. It might be for others, but not for me. I didn't play it in its prime, so that might be why. Black Ops 1, good Call of Duty, definitely contender for the best. Modern Warfare 3, I'd say a good to neutral Call of Duty. This doesn't stand out for me. It kind of just felt like Modern Warfare 2 over again, but improved. Black Ops 2 was good. Ghosts, believe it or not, I think it was good. I think it's higher up than people usually rank it. It's definitely not a best contender, but it's higher in like the goods list. Advanced Warfare was bad. I hated that Call of Duty. Black Ops 3, on the other hand, was great and is definitely a contender for the best. Infinite Warfare, I think, was good. And that brings us to World War II, which I will say is not the worst Call of Duty, but definitely not the best as of right now. They could change things and make it higher up on the list. But I'm going to say Advanced Warfare is definitely the worst in my opinion. Funny, they're both Sledgehammer games that we're discussing here. But Advanced Warfare, I hated. That's towards the bottom of the list. I'm going to say Modern Warfare 3 is under World War II in my opinion. And Ghosts is slightly above or slightly under World War II right now. That's where I would rank it in all-time Call of Duty lists. And then I'd say, like, Modern Warfare 2 is next on that list. And then I'd probably go, like, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops, Infinite Warfare somewhere. I don't know. We're not officially ranking it, but that's where World War II fits in the Call of Duty scale as of right now. It's towards, you know, the 3/4 down the list. But again, they definitely could improve it with everything that I've mentioned previously. I'm going to say Black Ops 3 is the best. I'm not going to go in depth, but it just has a bunch of replayability, so many features to it. It's just, you get such a bang for your buck. And we could go over that when we actually list all the Call of Duty games in a future best to worst. But there you have it. All of that discussion to say that World War II is about halfway between the like middle Call of Duties and the worst Call of Duties, and it's kind of in limbo right now because the future updates will definitely affect how its legacy is remembered. So with that said, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Some of you already left some rating comments on the last one, but let me know if this addition to the discussion changed your mind at all. And also leave that First Try Fridays class down below in the comments so we can get another episode out next week. But with that, my name is Sinister Skater. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you do, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are not already for similar videos like this in the future, and consider hitting that bell icon so you don't miss any of my videos and always get those push notifications. Links are in the description down below for 10% off Control Freaks and Stylish Into the AM merch. You also can support the channel by shopping on Amazon as you normally would with my affiliate link in the description, and I get a kickback somehow at no additional cost to you. And follow me on Twitter too. But that will wrap up this video. Again, my name's Sinister Skater. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.